Yes, hello, welcome to Ivan Kyei Innocent One here on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. Bakasa Onyan subscribe and be part of this family and let's grow together. Niama Bibri Koso. Yesterday, that's Friday, no name wo Hoto FM, and that is when the Paul Adom-Otchere case na fresh. And it was a topic yeah discussing, but the first discussion was focused on this rumble up and down, giddy, the back and forth between the OSP and the Paul Adom-Otchere. Of course, or no morning no cry not yet all the OSP, no what they can be early morning, good evening, no no good dawn, a na humache. I can't the version of the story in the name of propaganda. I predicted how things were going to turn out. Those kind of, some of these things is politics. So such schemes, is often understandable. Back and forth. So we discussed the course, the back and forth, the commentary stuff. Then as for also by that is his territory. Who say on the year and the doing videos trying to explain stuff. Then as for them. But it does appear say all the relevant issues underpinning issues the focus and say that niso the obetia say Yoko special prosecutor abefa Paul Adom-Otchere omodine kwa back and forth. The key issues a bit dodgy and that is what we are going to look at, the issues. Thanks to Manasseh, I think why a lot of your friends investigative work regarding this whole Ghana Airport Company Limited and the Evactors company now. Award this particular contract, a revenue assurance and the auditing contract, the man. And by way of update, I mean, country as a contract, has been cancelled. The contract between these two entities, officially, has been cancelled about 2 or 3 days ago. It has been cancelled. So, I said there is no contract between Ghana Airport Company and your friend is saying Evactors Company Limited. And in seminal, then you begin to understand why the OSP wanted Paul Adom-Otchere personally to come and answer some of the questions. And without wasting time, my culture is when you subscribe to this channel. This year, I can't grab near do 30K. Subscribe and be part of this family. Let's grow together. My culture say here we will offer you a very dispassionate, your friends saying analysis. You're lazy with fact. We don't discuss emotions, but rather look at the critical facts, and we use the right and the appropriate words and the description to offer a very comprehensive understanding. And that is the reason why I am here this morning to offer you this in-depth information regarding this whole thing. Obekaya and Kyei and a company be by your friend Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, SML, a company all of a sudden a poppy up. Ama GRA award the contract answer the contract in the massa company now the offense said PPA are rejected any move via for that company to get contract from your friend saying GRA. Into omo ankasa koy your bomu to go ye omo kosisa omo din by your bomu to go ye because they didn't have any qualification. There's no need the capacity to execute Neman na omo kano. And what they did at the time, they said, Kanoforata and Group were behind this particular thing. What they did, and they said, they rather joined a company, main company, the contract, and they went in as a subsidiary of the particular company, was subletting some of the work. And officially, on the GRA in the contract, but a Jumano do or yet instead of your friends say, at the instructions and as other company and our man and our so kakra the who ya na say SML abeyi mother company na or nukura contract na free ho at some point in time na SML na be the major company already a flag say oni ni capacity ni de ye this ade money nyina ma no PP approval na say for kra no mu ni bi ye ne ba ye ho so no na yetua over $141 million and over. Ama manase through the investigation, the public criticism, there are a lot of videos on this particular matter. Man, about my pressure and as a form air coso. Sandy na ye nim say SML issue na ye gusu na ye born back and forth no san they were cooking another one somewhere, either Ghana Airport Company Limited. And this contract say nearby the Ekoba any say Ghana Airport Company. Ghana Airport Company their company manage all the airport in Ghana. So Kotoka, Oko Kumase, Oko Tamale, anywhere airport war Ghana Habiano, this Ghana Airport Company and the manage. Omonso say Sika Omusika Samne Nema Biwa if first Sumasen and as a for and the Omuhia company obey auditing. No one making sure say revenues now mobilizing ebe kosoro na so mutimi company no ba na oye na say revenue no timi kosoro a de kosoro na eba beka ho no they will pay them 15%. My wisdom say is the same thing and SML the buyer at the end of the day according to Manasa investigation or the buyer and as a phone no they couldn't prove any work be omo ye. I know the day yes company no official website human no mo ye no na contrary to what they were assigned to do under the contract and SML GRA enter into here. So this particular job and Ghana Airport Company so cover by say ebuo yan so your revenue no ya pese ye na ye cover company way ba. But my room fi say company na in the end always ye no why Paul Adom-Otchere. According to sources within the management, and say that particular company na ye can the Evactors company no was brought in by Paul Adom-Otchere. Indeed, the person will tear see a wire or no, I say ye can a boss of Kobana or no, and a coffee company in the buyer. And according to Manasseh, through discussion on the year before, and send a company in the Babishia. I'm on why any other discussion beyond na Paul no more on your moishia Jeffy, a dim come back a kind of mechanic before and son of mobile. But the interesting revelation is a company now yet the neighbor and you say on my revenue mobilization assurance and auditing. Surprisingly, the company Evactors company no a mining company or to gold and I mine it. Okay, main can gold or mine it, so to in China, so to gold, so to apetesi, so to the Yankopon Quantity. It's a mining company. Mining and stevedoring, your friends and services, those kind of way no or more. So the question I'm no ye beside say, and this company yeah can say mean any experience in terms of auditing and in terms of revenue mobilization. Or when you be that, they are into mining. Circumstances are LED yamo munya this contract, you know. It was through single source, your friend is saying contract no more award yeah. Culture say competitive tendering has always been the default position of this Procurement Act. Say open tender, my company's imra. Company where ye can say me, omono bed the cromon bed, ya ham peki omo. So omono betimi ya adwuma through a sole source. So there are that say OSP Ivan there has been procurement breaches then you should know where he's talking from, because yes, the law no provide a window for single source your friends saying contracting and so forth, but in a very extreme and a special circumstances agency when services required no cannot be provided a special services and so forth, but it does appear over the years we abuse this privilege, this window. Now, will be some say company or no mining or yeah, not only experience BR regarding auditing, regarding revenue mobilization, they've not demonstrated capacity, nothing. Timmy Basse, this is the job that I'm going to do. Now, you're picking a single source, now you're human shanensa. But the interesting aspect of this whole contracting in the coming days, everybody say. At the time a company no bid for this adwuma way no na number of workers or mo ye adwuma ewo ho eye 1 we ma show company no a ono akokọ bid for over millions of so ba be ye adwuma no ono ankasa no worker ewo so Evactors no according to so your friend say investigation man say yeah na mu details or there ho ne ma ba kire say nipa ba kopɛ sesi amano ka say Ghana Airport Company ono so adwuma no ontumi nye because don't forget that they should have internal capacity to be able to do this thing. Or you can't efficiency in as a Ford man. Near my way, my company, yeah, efficient or the Juma. Airport company, workers over 1,503 workers. Sadi Padudo, no, Obienu Obitmia, this particular revenue assurance, revenue mobilization assurance thing. Omun to me yet. Namum, Omuka Kofa company or no, the worker ya one. I had this Evactors company, mining no two. And on the bay. Now, surprisingly, no, the NT or more workers in their wine, they say, according to Manasseh investigation, sa owners, nipa or more only until I shall see a free SML, so from the offense earlier in my conversation contract with GRA. The owners, the proprietor of SML, my reference, your friend say Ivan Kyei, the beneficiary and owner of this particular company, on one assign only this whole Evactors Company Limited. So the owner of SML, I want some buy ya can say among this revenue mobilization scam and nama burugu Ghana for this why yet you are more captured over millions of dollars, The same company na ne owner. And our owner, this Evactors Company Limited, or more a mining company. Mining company, ya so sourcing, and the worker ya one, and the worker ya wine no explanation here. We say, oh, the contract air come be say, oh, per juma. You need to show capacity, and in showing capacity, it include personnel I want by juma. So list no more list more way no so say nipa mo no by juma ni nyina at the same time official workers of SML company. SML na ho sem buy na so you could see say the same people now execute that particular fraud under GRA, the same individuals na ba execute this fraud our Ghana Airport Company because officially registered when the worker ya one na me the SML workers no na be ya adwuma and the list na one list or the call ni nyina ya nipa at the same time ya adwuma our SML. And it's a special prosecutor, Paul Adom-Otchere, and try and run a make sure say you see issues are very germane issues you can easily get substance to prosecute, so you don't need to create drama around it. So you lose focus on the key issues. So Endra and I know analysis na me na hotono I centered on the drama and the kuku around it. Mekase ye question ye kase ye go that particular because these are issues people should know. But we wasted time on car coffin on it, and he's tuning, dancing around the issues, shopping public sympathy. So when you're careful, you lose focus on the main issues. So sanity, SML company now your candidates were and 1 year. But another twist, I want this particular matter, Emune say. The contract in question here was awarded on the 4th of December 2024. That alone is problematic. Because we are heading into an elections. The possibilities are buying basis, and even though yes, you are right, but morally, there were a lot of questions around those times. My culture said we need to look at our laws again and make sure that in between these election periods, we must begin to modify some of the laws. Now you create a lot of buffers and safeguards. Ever prevent people from indulging in some of these foolish acts. These foolish acts of collusion, and some individuals season time to do the unthinkable. If we don't look at it, na ye jaimano ko say ya yen sabesi from And don't forget issues na ye kan nya Paul Adom-Otchere nko a na ye fa ne san asem no fa no ho. There are other individuals omo na mede omo to screen so no. These people are also part omo ne two other people e kan ho na ye fa ne san issue no ekoso. So said amazing, and the contract was signed on the 4th of December 2024. Now, 3 days and a year cut. But according to Manasseh, or free say, date na yedi asha say yedi signed that particular contract, no, obwa. Because onim say or trot the appropriate date na, omo bechiromo. Because Bakaya to abani we ya immediately NDC one na chief of staff issue statement by Bontin say, Emma obia enye anything bia biem. Any official will be on by no seize because abanya sesa until post that particular period, say uko sign any contract be and you fall within the amanana and answer assembly chief of staff account on. So quickly they have to re-engineer things just to ensure say over backdate contract, And the reason why report just over backdate any nyansa account one edi one dance in the we say what percent we seek approval and you sign a contract in as a form. The management will have to send letters to the board back and forth, asking questions, asking clarity, explanations and responses coming on. Surprisingly, they could not audit the change the date on the letters. So date now some of the letters moving from the management to board asking for your friends are giving clarity back and forth. Some of the dates now also it be a 10th, it be a 11th, up to 14th of December. And you know very well, say these things are prior happenings and are prior activities before, because we need clarity and sign a contract. So the back and forth between the board and the management is to give clarity to understand the package before they sign. But in this particular way, Paul Adom-Otchere in Nkrofo catch and say, almost sign contract in way and sign a board no management exchange correspondences. Yes, we as I will say, wouldn't nyansa change obia bakwaja na account and as it stands, the date for that particular contract, and its subsequent correspondences between the board and then management and then as a form they be me for answers because they don't relate. It is what is a man say can say they don't your friends almost backdate this same way and sufficient grounds I justify the claims indeed. Some massaging be akoso. Now say it is answer say it is a criminal act. Somebody must go to jail on it because you cannot engage in some of these things and go scot-free. And the issues now at hand in the as to why the signing as to why the man approval, as to why the the investigators are on it. And they think say the board chairman of Ghana Airport Company, Paul Adom-Otchere, a person of interest in this whole and some way this whole potential corruption case. Because you find an investigation never start here free and your Paul Adom-Otchere I am told say from Monday going the MD our Ghana Airport Company say people were calling say but for some reasons she's still there. And I'm told say in the coming week the special prosecutor will also call the person. See, said the contract has been cancelled. Why they cancel it? Obviously, you and I were not there, and according to them, almost say there hasn't been any payment. Say corruption akoso. We don't need and yes a payment akoso. So the intention behind this criminal orchestration and kasa is a criminal thing on its own. You don't need to. And this is sika back. Or backdating nema. Oh, you're true source and when you're not supposed to awarding a contract to a company, the worker yaba copy our borrow workers from somewhere. company one go through any competitive tendering process when you know the situation at hand and your emergency critical say yam far more bibi besi or ne no china ya so under certain agency we needed to award this contract election ba besia ko yenya ntem na menje me card na min kofie abrante no call ya say unfa landed property mra so near japade. Ghana is indeed a very funny country because if we live in a very serious country and some of these proper things you don't even need to say a baby besides Japadi and I say we need Japadi because the documents available show say indeed this person has this or not. But very often our people try to play smart because that has been the playbook that most of our politicians here use. Obey sika no e de akosi dan wo bi di mu no wayi ne di afiri so okotana nchen na afei that exchange no ayen so wakwakoto that kind of one wasi agena de. This is the country we have. Allegiance has never been to the state, has never been to the constitution of this country, has never been to the flag, and has never been to the people of this country. It is always people serving at the behest of their insatiable greed, twisting and turning things for personal convenience. It's never about serving, it's not about nothing, it's about the money. Eyes fixed on the prize, on the trophy, it's on the money. And because of laxity in the way your regulatory and legal framework in the city, people always try to circumvent some of these regulations and they get away with it. And for me, I think that this time around, beyond the noise, everything, we must be able to get people prosecuted, to send a loud message to people in this present government to say, you need to sit up and do things well because the that same way await you. Very often you listen to people, oh yeah, I buy way about better for 40 years. What the politics are say, you will not be making such a comic statement and then as for you really need to understand politics really well to be able to appreciate some of these things. And do what buying now masa ane man to what so almost ever could just 40 years, 30 years, and you can mess up, trust me. Now, oh yeah, you joke because politics, the dynamics, a day can change everything. So let us be careful and tread cautiously. So this is by the way of update. In this particular way, I decided not to comment expressing any personal opinion, but rather to lay bare the fact before you. Because now I come back and forth. Paul Adom-Otchere, the actual reasons were not flowing. Even Kakade were a bit distorted. People twisting it for political convenience and depending on where Nipanujina but these are the fact that has been laid bare in front of you. So what is a Paul Adom-Otchere? And one, says Yamanoka say court no break. Any prosecution be able to say court to be until say court to be resume. And I am told say in the coming few way, the court will resume and we will begin to see some of these prosecution happening in the various court. We will be monitoring keenly because Macachro said, for majority of Ghanaians, prosecuting criminals who have caused pain to this country and the people in this country, overriding any other thing the present government can do. So let us make sure that we stay true to our commitment and make sure we redeem this country from the clutches of people who seek to destroy this country through robbery and corruption. My name is Ivan Kyei, innocent. I am no cynic. Don't subscribe here, subscribe to this channel. Macachro, I'm trying to build a studio. Gradually, we will get there. So kakra and kakra. I'm just trying my best. It's not easy though, but I'm just trying my best to just put things together because I always say we can have a daily show every evening. We can sit and have some conversation regarding issues that occur around the globe. And then as a forum, the analysis, you get to a time I don't even want to limit to Ghana. I just want to extend it to Africa and maybe over the world, so that may give you a deeper insight into what is happening globally. Your friend saying the geopolitical landscape, what is happening there. Come to Africa, come to Ghana. Sabaya, you will be properly informed. Now you will be on the alert, can have access to information, understand bit by bit things that is happening around you, because you cannot be living in a world that we really need to. So I'm trying to set up little by little. Wherever you are, you should know that this is what you're trying to do. Thank you very much. Unsubscribe, subscribe, and be part of this family, and let's grow together. Thank you.